Hi, my name is Monet Farcole, and welcome to the My One Beautiful Life channel, where we help support women, primarily over 40, who have experienced some type of significant loss and are overwhelmed by the different demands of their lives and are looking to do this next chapter differently. They want to show up in a way that they haven't been able to show up before. And so I provide content that helps them and supports them in doing just that. So today, I want to talk to you about retreat, and not retreat in a way of running away from what's going on in our lives. No, a retreat into ourselves so that we can hear our own voices again, because this is a critical step in our healing. And so it's so critical that I've changed the format of my coaching program, Emboldened and Thriving, to now insert this as the very first step, this step of retreat, where we go inside and we start hearing our own voices again. Because so often in our lives, especially as women, as moms, as colleagues, as business owners, all the different roles that we play, the outside noise gets louder than our own voices. And not only do we lose the ability to hear our own voices, we lose the ability to trust our own voices. And we cannot create a next chapter that we can be excited about and that is in alignment with who we are at this point of our lives if we can't even hear our own voices. So I want to talk to you today about how do we do that? Because I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you truly heard your own voice? Hmm. I know when I was in my 40s, I lost it. I was hearing everyone else's voices. I was married at that time. I was hearing my husband's voices, my children's voices, my mom's voice, my girlfriend's voices, my colleagues' voice. I was hearing everyone, and it got to be so loud that I no longer had a good bearing on what my own voice was saying. So, and it's not the version of our voice that's always on for everyone else, right? Not that version that's managing everyone else and everything, right? It's that deep voice. I mean, that deep soul truth kind of listening, the kind that requires stillness and space and permission to pause. And lately, I've been sitting with this question myself, because as I consider moving abroad to create that kind of space for myself, I've felt the tension of not really knowing what I need in this moment. Sometimes it gets a little blurred by what the people that I love and care about so much also need. And I've been conditioned to believe, like many of us, that when sacrifice is on the table, we often feel like that's our badge of honor. Self sacrifice, especially. And so let's get clear. Retreating is not about that. Retreating is not about running away. It is about returning to clarity, to purpose, and to ourselves. Not only hearing our own voices, but trusting our own voices again. So if you are interested in hearing your own voice again, I have some practical tips that you can listen and stay tuned for these next several minutes. Spend these next several minutes with me. I promise you will not be disappointed. So, I do want you to drop a line in the comments at this point. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you gave yourself permission to step away and just be? Just ask yourself that. So, I want to give you some practical tips that you can take away today and be able to start this journey on your own. So, 5 ways to retreat for self preservation without guilt. The first one, give yourself permission. First and foremost, you have to decide that you are worthy of retreating without guilt, without justification. If you're always waiting for the right time to step away, it's just not going to come. It is not going to come, I promise you. There's always going to be a reason for you to stay in this conversation of what's more important besides yourself and hearing from you. The right time is now. The second practical tip is to start small. Just create these daily mini retreats. You don't have to book a flight or disappear for a week to retreat. It can be as simple as turning off your phone for an hour or taking a long walk with no distraction, my personal favorite. You can set up quiet time in your morning routine just for you, just for your thoughts and what's important to you, hearing your voice in that moment. Number 3, create a retreat ritual at home. So your retreat space can be in your very own home. I don't care if it's a closet. You can find some space. So try dedicating a space that's just for you and for quiet reflection where you can just turn out all of the other noise, right? Light candles, play soothing music, and journal. And you can use guided meditations or affirmations to help you reset your energy and quiet all of the sounds other than your own voice. The 4th tip, practice saying not right now. Yeah. We need to pause sometimes before we commit to other people and what's important to them, because so often, and I'm guilty of this myself, we say yes to other people before we even do a real check-in with ourselves. First of all, is it something I really want to do? Second, does it serve me really? We just need to take that pause. And you don't have to say no, but just say not right now. Because one of the biggest obstacles to retreating is feeling responsible for other people's emotions. That's going to keep their voices louder than our own. And that's going to be self-defeating in this. So start practicing these boundaries with love. You don't have to be available 24/7. Saying, I need a moment for myself is not selfish. It's necessary. And the last tip, schedule this time like a non-negotiable appointment. Put your retreat time in your calendar just like you would your doctor's appointments, your work meetings, your girls' night out, your time with your kids, your time with your boo, all of those things. Yes, it's just as important as that. Put it in your calendar. Honor it, protect it. Show up for yourself the same way you show up for everyone else. And as a final thought, retreating is not about escaping your life. It's about reclaiming your peace within your life and really living your life. But you have to hear your own voice to do that. And the more you practice this, the stronger and the clearer you will become. The stronger your voice becomes, and the more you trust your voice, and the more emboldened you become to take action towards a life that you will love. So, one final question for you to drop your answer in the comments. What's one way you can give yourself the gift of retreat this week? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. And if you think someone else can benefit from this message, please share this. And of course, I would love you to subscribe and like as you see fit. And until next time, know that I am here for you. You do not have to go through this journey alone. My information is in the comments. You can always just book a discovery call and find out if we're a good fit. I really look forward to hearing from you. Take care.